One more hive to take a look at. This box has an odd configuration. Deep on the bottom, deep on the top, medium in the middle. The premise was this used to be 2 deeps and a medium. The medium was on the top, and the bees in the wintertime came up through the top. I don't mind that the brood is in the middle. I actually want to build an all medium hive, so I want to keep the brood, so I put it in the middle of the stack to keep the brood chamber here. What'll be interesting to know is, did the brood go up or did the brood go down after I left this 2 weeks ago, or are they still just isolated in here? We're going to find out. So let's go take a look. I see a lot of bees up here under the inner cover. Might mean that's my answer. I had a shim on the top of this box, and I had food on the top in the form of fondant over winter. It's all gone. They have consumed every morsel of it. There's not even a crumb on the top. So no need for the shim anymore. So I know the brood was in this gray box. Now I'm going to look to see if they're up top here, since I have so many bees. Not a lot of bees on this outside frame. A little bit of nectar storage, nectar and pollen on this frame. Just smoked them so the bees are head in, to be expected. This is another one of the new frames that I put in. This box has new frames in position 2, 3, and 7. And I can see they're starting to draw out comb, which is good. So that means we have wax builders, which should be expected this time of year. A little bit of nectar lightly stored through here. But given that they're building that one out, I don't expect to find any brood on it. This one's heavy, so I know it's a nectar frame. This is being prepped for brood. This is classic brood frame right here. Even though I don't see any eggs or larvae in it, I know there's a queen in this hive because they are 100% ready for her. And on this side, I have the perfect springtime frame that I want to see. Let me show you what I got here. Let me just make sure there's no queen on it. Although I wouldn't be surprised to find her here. Okay, no queen, but let me show you what I mean. This is really neat. We've shown this before, but it bears seeing again. I got nectar and pollen. Nectar up in the corner, pollen in a horseshoe all the way around, and this frame center is absolutely empty. There's nothing in it. There's no eggs, there's no larvae, nothing. It's a promissory note for the queen. On this side, however, I have exactly what I want. There's nectar up in the corners, there's pollen all the way around, and every one of these cells all the way through are full of eggs and juicy larvae. And they're down from literally day-old eggs in this corner over here to couple-day eggs. If I pulled this frame out and put it as a split, they would probably raise me a queen. That's how fresh these eggs are. And you can see the pattern. They've got stores all the way around the brood. And in a couple of days, this will all be capped, and this will be a brand new frame for spring and the forage season. And I see no evidence of queen cells or anything like that. So my answer is the center brood box is going up in the top. This is where the brood chamber will be. I want to make sure I put the frame back in the way I got it, and I did. And I don't need to see anything else on this. I know that the brood will build up here. If they're in here, eventually they will go down. And when I start to see all these boxes get crowded, even now might be a good idea tomorrow or in a couple days to put some honey supers on. This box is getting prepped to make a lot of honey. So I'm going to close it up and we're going to be done. I'm going to put it back in the order I got it. This was frame 2 that I pulled first. The bees have the comb situated in the stores the way they want it. Don't switch them around unless you have some objective to do so. Always put your frames back in the order they came out. And facing the way they came out. Don't switch them around. So last thing to add about the day. It's 12 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock now. 1 o'clock, I had to take a phone call in the middle. I got stung once here while I was off camera, unfortunately. Just hit me for no particular reason. This is the time to inspect your bees. Bright sunny day, middle of the day, foragers are out. And when you open the hive and it's 70 degrees, you're not going to chill the brood for the small amount of time you're going to open it. I could have inspected this hive by just tilting up, looking underneath and putting it back. I actually wanted to see some of the action on the frames themselves. You don't have to dig all the way through. This is a perfectly fine inspection at this point. I know what's going on in this hive and I know what my next actions are the next time I got to come back. So just kind of keep that in mind. This is the time. Don't go at 5 o'clock at night when you get home because the foragers are back and it's getting dark and they don't particularly want you in there. So make sure you're just like this, a bright sunny day. And I talk on the camera so I don't wear a veil, but my suggestion is if you're not adept at handling bees and being calm and smoking them properly and whatever, you're still learning your way, wear your protective equipment. It's the right thing to do. So until next time, thanks. We'll talk to you later.